Hello everybody, welcome to Brazil. The second round of the 2000 season starts here, and it's a completely different grid to Melbourne. 2 Ferraris, 2 Benettons, and then Williams and McLaren behind. Well, Schumacher off the line well. He is aiming to make up for Ferrari's weak form in Melbourne, and Michael Schumacher leads in a turn 1. Barrichello trying to fend off Wurz, and Wurz nearly taps Barrichello into a spin. That would not have been the ideal way for Rubens to take on his first home Grand Prix for Ferrari, dropping right back. But he's managed to survive the assault from, that's actually Fisichella, not Wurz. So Wurz has dropped behind his teammate, and it's Giancarlo Fisichella who is up in a third place, but it's Michael Schumacher who leads on the first lap here in Brazil, and David Coulthard attacking Alexanderwurz for 4th place. Will he be able to do it? Not quite yet. Wurz holding him off, and Ferrari I think will be quite happy to have the Benettons behind them, because it's going to make life difficult for McLaren. Not too difficult. Coulthard already through on Alexanderwurz and up to 4th place, and then you've got Jensonbutton trying to defend from Mika Häkkinen behind. And they basically, interestingly, McLaren and Williams qualified how they finished in Melbourne. Coulthard, Button, Häkkinen, Ralf Schumacher, but 5th to 8th rather than 1st to 4th. Schumacher still there holding off Rubens Barrichello, whilst Giancarlo Fisichella tries to maintain 3rd place, and he will try to maintain 3rd place for as long as he can. Could Benetton get a podium? They were absolutely nowhere in Melbourne. They would love it if they could get a podium. By contrast, Jacques Villeneuve, who we thought was starting to rebuild and come back towards the front, having had a really solid performance in Melbourne, he is nowhere here. So that's unfortunate. I think qualified in 11th behind his teammate Zonta, and remains still roughly in that position, while Michael Schumacher continues to lead. Rubens Barrichello, Fisichella, there comes Coulthard having a look, and there's Häkkinen on Jensonbutton, and Mika Häkkinen through, and that, I believe, is for 6th position. So Mika Häkkinen up into the points now, and this is a crucial moment, isn't it? I wonder if anyone's going to do any dodgy strategies. They seem to have got a little bit better lately, but you can never tell with this game. Coulthard coming for a look at Fisichella. He wants through, but Giancarlo Fisichella at the moment is holding him off, and Wurz holding off Mika Häkkinen. Those Benettons 3rd and 5th, but only thin ice away from 4th and 6th. But clearly much improved this weekend, and that's Barrichello. And Barrichello going through on Michael Schumacher, and there appeared to be no resistance from Michael at all. So is that tactical from Ferrari, or does Michael have a problem? Or is Michael just getting sentimental now he's in his 30s and he really, really wants Rubens to win his home Grand Prix? We'll have to see. But at the moment, yeah, Barrichello is already pulling out a little bit of a gap, and Michael is dropping into the clutches of Fisichella. I do wonder if Michael's got an issue. We'll have to wait and see. But whatever's happening at the moment, Rubens Barrichello is leading his home Grand Prix, and Michael Schumacher is hoping, I think, to either get that lead back or prove instrumental in Rubens winning it. We're not sure which one. We'll find out shortly. But I think people are actually due to pit. We're going to see the usual AI pit stopping with 1 lap to go when they can't possibly make up the ground. And Michael Schumacher leads that. Fisichella and Coulthard also in. Coulthard, the Melbourne winner, is going to take a strategy nightmare here. Wurz goes up in a 2nd. Mika Häkkinen up in a 3rd. So the world champion having been outperformed by Coulthard. And look at Schumacher. He's still not out of the box yet. And he's off the jacks, but he's not going anywhere, and that is Michael Schumacher out. So I think that explains why he let Rubens Barrichello through without a fight. He was obviously struggling, and he couldn't engage a gear to leave the pit lane, and Michael Schumacher is out with only 1 point from 2 races. What a disappointment for him. And Häkkinen is coming at Alexanderwurz, and Wurz still holding Häkkinen off. Mika switches over. We know he's not too bad in the old overtaking category, and Mika Häkkinen gets through in the 2nd place. And we're saying totally outshone by David Coulthard in Melbourne and outshone by David Coulthard here. But the situation opens up, and the world champion comes into his own. Wurz has got Ralf Schumacher sitting there behind him, and here's Ricardozonta and Pedro Diniz. They are now fighting over 5th place, and Zonta goes through, so it could well be a 2nd, 5th place in a row for BAR. And hello, something in the pits. That's De La Rosa getting tapped by Coulthard as Coulthard comes out, and Button losing his front wing. So, well, there's chaos in the pits, and that obviously is a replay, because that would have been a very long pit stop if not. But absolute chaos, and I think De La Rosa was coming in as Coulthard come out, but I think what happened made it actually impossible for DC to for Pedro De La Rosa to complete his pit stop, and Rubens Barrichello takes the home victory here in Brazil. A fantastic emotional result. The Brazilian fans will be happy. Michael Schumacher, not so happy, only 1 point from 2 races, but I'm sure he will be the first to congratulate Rubinho when he steps out of the car. Great result for Rubens. Mika Häkkinen second, Alexanderwurz third, Ralf Schumacher, Zonta and Deniz, and this means that Coulthard, Barrichello and Häkkinen all join top of the World Championship on 10 points. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Subscribing is free and it really helps the channel out. And take care.